Welcome back to the Technology of Beauty, where I have the opportunity to interview the movers and shakers of the beauty business. And today is no exception. I get to interview my great dear friend, Mr. Dennis Condon. Now, Dennis has been on the program once before, but it was remote. And today he's right here in front of me, and you're going to get to know him. He's been a friend of mine for almost 40 years.
Wow.
In fact, he takes credit for any successes that I have, which you may hear about. We're here at the AIS Aesthetic Innovation Summit 2022 in San Diego, California. Welcome, Dennis.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you very much.
It's so great to have you.
Nice to be in person with you.
Yes, no kidding. How are you liking the AIS meeting so far?
It's great. The diversity of the different topics and so forth, from pharmaceuticals to devices, et cetera, is fantastic. It's a nice learning experience, all packed into a single day.
Yeah. And what about being around people live and not on a Zoom call?
Well, that goes without saying, right? I mean, I started off in marketing. I like being with people, sales and marketing, and the last few years has just been so difficult. I mean, the Zoom, I sit in my office at home on Zoom, and I wonder, what am I doing? It is very hard. You can't really read people as much. You can't really tell exactly what the response is. So it's very nice to be back in person.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah. It's so great. Oh. And this meeting, it's great. After 2 years of being down, we did it in 18 and 19.
Right.
And then we were closed down for 2021. So it's great to be back and seeing all of our friends from industry.
Well, the aesthetic meeting later this week is going to be the first time I've been in 2 years to a larger, I'm used to going to, between boards and companies, I go to anywhere between 7 and 8 different meetings a year. And it's been 2 years without a major meeting. Very, very different.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I think the last meeting you went to was in New Orleans when I was the outgoing president. I led the parade through the streets.
That was probably it.
So, Dennis.
And you were in full costume.
Yes, I was. And I had the time of my life. So
great.
Let's talk about you,
Sure.
your company. And also, we just heard Pat Altavilla, your CEO, talk about some exciting things in the future. So tell us a little bit about where we're at, where we are now, and more importantly, where you're going.
Yeah. I've had a phenomenal career, an enjoyable career in aesthetics. I've had an opportunity to lead companies in skincare, injectables, and lasers, and implants. And so for me, this whole field of regenerative aesthetics is like a whole fifth pillar of aesthetics, which is fantastic. So given that, I've had the opportunity, I'm on the board of Establishment Labs, where we see autologous fat being used in breast aesthetics as well. And then with Suneva, we're more in facial aesthetics. And we've put together, when I first came there 3.5 years ago, we had a single product. Today we have 7 technologies, most of them evolving around regenerative aesthetics. It is fascinating. It is fun to see. It's an emerging field. And as a company right now, Suneva has probably the broadest array of regenerative technologies, and looking for more. So
and where are you based?
We are based in San Diego, California.
So right here.
Right here. It's home for us.
And do you have an appetite for acquisitions?
We absolutely do. We're in the middle of doing a SPAC transaction right now, which would give us a significant amount of money on the balance sheet, and we'll be looking for additional acquisitions, primarily based in the regenerative aesthetics field. That's where we really want to be, and we'd like to become, the sort of the broadest based company in regenerative aesthetics.
Would you entertain thoughts of device or plug and play, or is it all topical?
It's interesting. I think that when I talk about the 4 areas that I've been in, I think every one of those areas can marry up with regenerative treatments eventually, so that regenerative won't be sort of a standalone business any longer. It'll be, you may be using in healing for lasers, maybe using PRP, it may be in stamping needle technology, maybe using stromal vascular fractions. So the field is endless, which makes it so much fun. I thought I'd retire 3 or 4 years ago. Not a chance.
You can't retire, Dennis.
Can't retire.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for joining us on this show. As you can hear, they're calling us back into the program.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Good seeing you.
Yeah, great seeing you too. Right. You take care, Dennis.
Take care. Thanks now.